Alright, folks, and we... shoot. I hit escape. I did not mean to hit escape. Alright. We're back, folks. Alright. Yes, I'm well aware that we have outdated bots. Alright, so let's give you an update of where we are since yesterday. Stream in the actual gaming. Alright. If you guys can't tell that I'm happy, because I really love to code. And so when I get to code something new, I get all giddy. Alright. So, let's do a quick overview of what we did last time. Off camera. So one thing I actually did off camera was over here at Drool. They are in the early space age. They advanced to the early space age. While these guys way down here are still in the Renaissance era. Now, since they're entering the early space age, there's a chance that they can destroy themselves, go back. I've had that happen in my off-camera games. I've had them go into early space age. They end up having a giant war, and then they regress back to the Iron Age. And it happened like 2 or 3 times until eventually I elevated them. While I had another one that just killed itself when it hit the atomic age. They just blew themselves up and they were gone. So, now, I normally like to uplift a race because it's an immediate vassal. However, if you check here, if we pull them open, there we go. If we pull them open, you can see here, technological enlightenment. Has policy native enlightenment allowed? Check. Not possible to technologically enlighten primitives that are fanatic xenophobes. They hate aliens. So, since we cannot technologically enlighten them, I just switched over from passive observation to active, aggressive observation. Because if they're not with us, they're going to be crushed underneath our boot heel. Because we're demons. So that's what I did. That's all I did. I switched it over from passive to aggressive. And if some people died, meh, they weren't going to join us in space as our servant anyway, so you know. Maybe if we're aggressive, they'll become fanatic xenophiles. Who knows? And maybe then we can technologically enlighten them. But since they didn't want to play nice, we're not going to. Now, as you can notice, I have finally, fully kitted out my space here with all of the various stuff that I needed to kit it out with. It's fully expanded out, so it's time to move on to the next step. Now, one thing we have available to us right now is I can reform the government and add another civic. It's been bugging me for a while because I had that unfixed civic point as one of the first texts we picked up, but I haven't been able to because we needed all of the influence we could get our claws in. So, time to reform the government because now I can add another civic. And, now here's the interesting thing. I could reform the authority. We could go from a dictatorialship to an oligarchy, have an election every 20 years. But I kind of feel I like the idea of a dictatorialship because the next step up is an imperial one. Upon ruler's death, a designated successor becomes a new ruler. But I kind of like the idea that every time the ruler dies, the race itself can they have like a all-out battle. Now, of course, it's done as an election here, but I kind of imagine that it's election in air quotes, and it's more just a bunch of backstabbing. Because role-playing. All right. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Active rebellion may use despoilation and raiding bombardment stance, but cannot have vassals or tributaries. So I want to have vassals. I want to have people I can boss around. We have alien influence, have witnessed and even have alien civilizations around their homeworld, develop passion for making one with their own hands, attack above all, dip fire rate, armor hit points, cutthroat politics, designated admiralty, dreadnought tactics. This nation's navy has a simple idea in mind. Build everything huge, strap big guns to it, and make as much of it as possible. Which is kind of what we've been doing. Environmentalist, exalted priesthood. To guard against heresy, this society is ruled by a religious council consisting of the wisest and most pious members of the clergy. Capitol buildings replace some administration jobs with high priests. High priests produce unity and amenities. I kind of like that one idea. Because, you know, they're demons, so they degree of functionality to them. This gives added crime and reduced lifespan, which, again, I'm trying to think of all the aggressive ones for our demons. Living God. Well, I mean, technically be a living devil. But I'm kind of partial to necromancy, because of course we can pick up... I have mods that allow me to get more civic points as the game goes on. But I kind of like the idea of necromancy, because of absolute centralized power of the leader, that his successor rules under some leadership even after his death. Which gives me longer edict duration and more admin cap, but I just kind of like the idea that whoever was ruling and was overthrown, killed, whatever, their edicts are still in place. But I feel like that would be more of an end game thing. Like, I feel like what we need to do is kind of build up to that with like things like declaring a god and whatnot. The people who have believed in superstitious beliefs, preventing them from breaking taboos. Yeah, I actually like superstitious working because remember, they're all demons, so they would be superstitious. So I'm going to go with superstitious because that's something we can do early on. I don't have any extra civic points. I'm going to reform my government. So, there we go. We're now superstitious amongst everything else. I'm going to turn you into... Can I turn you into a star point? I can't afford to turn you into a star point. And I'm going to give you... three quarters, why not? I need 71 more. Now, if I go to F3 Tobulus, and I sell some minerals, so I just need to get a handful more so I can build a trade hub here. Or upgrade to the starport. There we go, that's what I wanted. Everything else is looking good over here. Monbath is also at the front line. I'm going to upgrade that to a Starhold. So I like to have all my front lines, places where people would come in, to be hardened. So I've got Sol is hardened because it's our capital.
Construction complete.
Cirrus, which is at a wormhole. The other wormhole's hardened. All the other entry points are hardened. So everything here
Research complete.
Is good. Mineral purification, always good. Planet builds. Oh, I gotta go with that. Even though I want robot workers, you gotta go with the planet build speed. It's rare. It's gonna improve your productivity. I think I can upgrade here, actually. I have access to mineral purification hubs, right? So if I were to go... What do I have? What did I unlock? I didn't get mineral purification hubs, right? Nah, I have mineral purification hubs, so that's something I definitely need to build. That's my agricultural world, that's my energy world. But really, if I want to get more minerals in, I have to figure out what I want to replace.
Construction complete.
Considering this is not a big focus of this world, Nah, I'll leave that alone for now. Well, it gives me more metallurgist and artisan output if I would do that. That's a metallurgist. So I'm gonna throw Ministry of Production in. I'm gonna replace the fortress with mineral purification. Speed it up. Now, we've got 100 influence left, and we know what we were going to do last time. We were going to set some claims and take some territory that we were interested in. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Can I afford one more? No, not quite yet. Oh, I can take Fusion. So I still need another, I need like 50, 80... What is that?
Construction
120?
complete.
150. Like 200. And these are, of course, farther away because they're farther off. But let's say I were to go and say... Let's say I need like 400 or 500 influence total to get everything. Now, I did say also that I want to control choke points, so I want to be able to control all of this as well. But really, all I care about is getting down to down to here, controlling that, because that means I control this entire section. And as far as I can tell... Oh, well, no. Oh. That leads down to here, which gives me a choke point into the next area. So I think it'll take a few wars, but I think I'm going to completely consume the Ocean Covenant. Did they grab something over here? No, you're, what the heck are you guys? Sandwiched between everything else. Hegemonic Imperialists, Just gotta love the fact that there's like these 3 different places just all sandwiched in here. What do we got here? Yeah, it's just 3 tiny little nations all sandwiched into this section. Alright, and since we've declared a war... Now, we've declared our intentions to basically start declaring a war. What I gotta see here, are they in a federation status? So who am I gonna have to worry about? Leslib. Hazar Tribes, the Nathi League, the United Cerulean. Gleslib, so they're not going to get attacked by Gleslib. So definitely, before I actually declare war, I'm going to have to really harden down my bases. But we've started the path. And to be honest, considering how much influence I'm going to have to build up to get everything in place, I'm probably not going to declare war in this episode. What I'll probably end up doing is the next episode will be when we declare war. In this episode, we're just doing the prep for war. So we're laying down all the claims we can, and we're getting all of our bases hardened. Alright, so the first way they have in here is at Nightcore. So let's start hardening Nightcore, shall we? Gun battery, missile battery, hangar bay, Star Fortress upgrade, crew quarters for reduced upkeep at that section. That's a good one. Ship weapon range, listening post. Shield reduction. So when they try and hit this thing, they're going to have a hard time because the Nicor station is... How tough is Nicor? Only a 2.2. But it'll get much tougher once I got everything in place. And this is our first hardened entry point. We're going to have to harden a lot of these entry points. We need to harden these two. We're going to have to harden these two. Just to be safe, we should harden all the ones up here as well. But let's focus at the bottom, hardening them. Now, Alpha Centauri's got space. What can I throw in for you at Alpha Centauri? Probably don't need a mineral production hub, but a Ministry of Production. That's metallurgists and
Construction
artisans.
complete.
Artisans... Alright. I don't really have a lot of artisans or metallurgists, do I? Metallurgists or artisan yet? Because I thought a heavy production on this place. This place is a pretty crap location, to be honest. However, mineral production would be good because you can see down at the bottom we're missing some minerals. So if I can just get some base minerals in place, that would be good. Now, Cirrus Prime. This one, for example, yeah, artisans and metallurgists I'm not seeing. But there's a good number of artisans. Weird, though. Because it's still... No, that's about as maxed out as it can get. Yeah, this wouldn't be a good place for the Ministry of Production either. Doesn't really have a lot. This one, however, let's see. Well, yeah, this one's still building up, so we don't really know. But it's not really a mineral-heavy place. So Bias Prime, it definitely would benefit from an energy nexus. Because just look at how many technicians we have. Now, if I throw in a... Ooh, this has a unique place. I can create... What does it say? Rad Bloom Farms. So I can have rad blooms, and what else does it say I have? Crystalline Caverns. So I can get a couple of unique resources here. I don't have any others on the others that I overlooked, you know. This one just has Dust Caverns, which I think we already did. Yeah, Moat Harvesting Traps. So this one, well, it's definitely going to benefit from... I'll definitely have to put that in, but let's be honest here. This one is really, really early on going to benefit from having an energy grid, because energy credits from technicians plus 15. Look at how many energy credits this thing's producing. This is my generator world. So this is definitely going to be a benefit from that. Now, I am definitely seeing some problems there. Now, Nicor here, can I actually add in the last thing I wanted to do, which is another gun battery? Alright, so that one's fully decked out. It just doesn't have all the defense platforms, but I need a lot of alloys for that. That's going to be my big part. This is obviously my food world. We're getting a bunch of refugees in. That's the one benefit of refugees, they're free workers. I'm not sure if I mentioned this last time, but I did modify the species tab here and set the default rights for everyone. So everyone who isn't the demon race, their full citizenship, everyone gets social welfare, which basically turns unemployed pop into unity generators, so that's just good. But anyone who isn't the demon race can only be soldiers in the military. Anyone can colonize, so on and so forth. Population control is enabled. Did I not have population controls set? No. I can do population controls. That's weird, I must have overlooked it when I was setting everyone's stats. You can see they're all set to soldiers only. course, we don't have gene tailoring yet, so I can't modify them to be better minions. Can't do population controls on my own race. Interesting. Ah, shoot. Ah, I did it the other way around. I'm thinking of population controls in the other way, and I can't actually change them. So now I have to go and fix all of them. And I can't do it for 10 years. Fudge Muppet. I thought it was like enabling me the ability to use population controls, but no, I can't change it till 2382. Wonderful. Alright, well, let's see. Everybody else has the right rights. Sometimes I don't think what I'm doing. Alright. Now, I do remember I wanted to change one of these back to actually being allowed them to be in the military because they had good military ship bonuses. Daily hull regen. Yeah, you guys are cool. You guys can totally have full military service. You only benefit from defense army damage, so you're not a big deal. You give ship range and evasion. It's not ideal, but it is better than nothing. So this basically we're discriminating who can be military brass based upon what they can give our country. Yes, unless you can actually provide good benefits to us, you can't actually be in the military. If you're a docile race, we don't want you in our military. Now, you give daily hull regen, so you know what? Fine.
Construction complete. Construction
We
complete.
have a lot of things that are giving army modifiers, interestingly enough.
Construction complete.
Alright, Nikor now. Have you finished upgrading Nikor? '92 influence. That allow me to throw any more claims down? Might. Yes, I can finally take the full section I wanted. Good. I don't think there's anything with these guys I even care about. Getting a lot of refugees from all the AIs fighting each other. You had the Dust Caverns, we know about that. What do you need? You're gonna need more housing. Yeah, because this offers metallurgist and artisan, which... Yeah, it's not a big thing here. Metallurgist... Well, we have a few metallurgists and artisans. Fine. What about you? Yeah, there's like 5 artisans. It's not really a big number of artisans here. This is basically a food world. Now, this one gives food from... Oh, it's energy, but I already got a nexus, so I'm gonna get a food processor in there, because it's got a good amount of food production. This one's another big food producer, but doesn't have any open spots. Same here. Well, this is energy, but you get the idea. Look at all these refugees who just keep coming in. But all these little pockets of places that have been claimed. We're just having all these little land wars. And I still have no idea what's in here. We still have no idea. You know what? Maybe, just maybe, one of my allies has new contacts. So look for a question mark in here. No. Doesn't look like it. What about you, purple team? Any question marks amongst yours? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright. Let's see if the team up here actually likes me enough or are willing to trade communications. It doesn't look like it. Is it seriously, like, this section of space no one's going to use? Interesting. I'm really not seeing any indication of, like, there being an unknown empire up to the north. Are they just blobbing out? Is that what... Yeah. No, I don't think they've ever filled in this space. You know what it probably is? That the Fallen Empire here has claims on a lot of this space. I wonder if I can actually see that. Not really. Claims. I'm just curious if I can put claims on my own territory, but no. It's always weird when I see claims and territory that's already owned by them. Can I afford to reinforce? Probably not. I need 34k. 111 ships to reinforce everything. I can actually afford that in terms of naval capacity. Like, that is not beyond my ability to reinforce. You know what? Let's reinforce you guys, because you'll probably be a lot cheaper. Yeah. That's really the part right now, is just collecting all the resources I'm going to need. Because at this point, our focus is basically going to be to claim all the spots that we want. Now, here's the fun thing. If I declare war on these guys, they have only one way to get to me. Because they have to come through this wormhole to get to me, which means I can just harden that one spot. Because as far as I can tell, the only other way that the Hazar tribes
Research
can get
complete.
to me, yeah, is going the long way, so the shortcut way now. This also means that I can actually place claims on, yeah. Oh, that was actually taken by somebody else. Well, I'm taking it. I'm putting a claim on it. Since that's the other end of the wormhole and I want to have access to it. Like I said, I want to have control to all access points to my empire.
Research complete.
So I need more planet build speed modifiers. Actually, if I can get up to 200, I can start the next phase. As when I go over to decisions, you can see
Construction complete.
where is it? Mastery of nature. So the basic effect of Mastery of Nature, because remember I have a mod for Mastery of Nature that expands its effect. The first thing it does when you enable it is it gives you just +1 to habit ability. But you can see what happens here. These are the things you get from beyond it. And these increase your mass districts. Now I could just do Mastery of Nature here and just increase habitability in general, which, you know, it's already 100 is not a problem with us, but on other worlds it might be useful. But it's more like these things, subterranean cities, that I'm more interested in, which means I need to get 150 of 150 influence, which will then open up 4 more districts, which will allow me to I think it allowed me to add more city districts, honestly. Now, from what I understand of the mod, there are 4 tiers to this. So, the first one will give you +4 to subterranean cities, and it's +3, +2, +1. And that gives you a total of +8. And you can do the same thing with Sky Island, which would be 2, I think it's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. You kind of see what I'm talking about here. There are benefits to putting out giant subterranean caverns. The same thing with giant Sky Islands.
War declared.
There's a decent amount of minerals. Sure. Now you're actually going to need a not really an energy grid right now. What you need here is the Holo Theater because your amenities are really low. Come on, Rapid Action Fleet. The Hazar tribes. You have a strength. Ooh, the Hazar tribes are just being eaten. Interestingly, they're equivalent to me, though I have an inferior technology level. And they're being eaten by these guys who are pathetic. So if I wanted to declare war on them right now, I could steamroll through them with just one of my fleets, probably.
Construction complete.
Especially considering I only need to control 4 little territory points. I could send the Rapid Action Fleet right here to Igrada. Nicor that we were fully upgrading. Obviously, I don't want to declare war until I've got all of my defenses hardened. I just need a lot more alloy production, honestly. Just so much stuff to spend influence on. I have claims to make now that I no longer have to worry about my territories, but now I have to spend it on either claims or subterranean cities. Now, like I said, the next episode will be the actual war declaration stuff.
Construction complete.
Go to there. Go to Nicor, because that's actually got something that reduces upkeep. Go to Seoul. So that'll reduce your upkeep to the shipyards it has.
Construction complete.
Cinemarth. Did I put a shipyard on you, Cinemarth? Oh, I haven't done anything with you, Cinemarth, because that's right. I haven't really gone beyond Gothra in my million of little mini outposts. You're in Anchorage. What about Stodop? Where did I put my farthest facing shipyard? Is it Edrix? Shipyard.
Construction complete.
Academy. Okay. So I want everybody to head to Edrix.
Research complete.
Because of the shipyard there. No. It's crew quarters I want, because that's what reduces. Upkeep, doesn't it? Alright. Easy enough to fix. I don't think I've done any in Tai Signy. Oh yeah, you're just in a trade hub. Okay. Crew hub and interplanetary admin. So I'm gonna take all you guys and send you to Tau Signy. Because with the crew place coming in, it'll give you a place that's closer to the front line that you can actually relax on. I'll rapid heading there. Let's go with clearing all the tile blockers first. Something new has opened up on Alpha Centauri. I can afford another alloy foundry. You got your mineral production hub. You're gonna need. You say you need that. You probably will need more, but then again, I can always just upgrade this when I get to the next rank. But you do need crystals. We'll give you a synthetic crystal plant. Who's maxed out? I maxed out on exotic gases. Wonderful. There, I'll sell 1,000 exotic gases. And use that to buy a bunch of alloys. There. I've now got 5.3k. Reinforce the rapid action fleet.
Research complete.
Actually, there's a crew quarters here on Hirara. Alright, you go there. You go there. You go there as well. governor cap or resources from workers increase? Yes, please.
Construction complete.
I've actually been trading away a lot of my resources because I just have so freaking many. So I actually don't care about the price point. Just a little bit of extra income, even though it's completely superfluous. Yeah, he's 17 exotic gases.
Construction complete.
There. I'll update the increase. So much prep before we declare our first big war.
Construction complete.
Ship range. And
Construction complete. Construction complete.
so much hardening of bases. It seems like since most people aren't a fan of the 2-hour stream, let me do these as only 1 hour. And let's be honest, there's not much that's happening aside from just an update of the status of things, so I'm just going to do this for an hour, so we're doing another 15 minutes. Then, you know, we'll check in again with the update. Like I said, I don't really have the means right now to record these episodes, so I can't, like, do time-lapse stuff, unfortunately. And I can understand why it might just be boring to watch literally nothing happen for an hour. If anything, maybe I should only do 15 minutes. Let me know in the comments how long you think these live stream sort of updates of the progress of our little test play should be. So I know some people would prefer longer ones, but those also have time lapses and cuts, and this is just straight live stream, so maybe you're not interested in a 2-hour live stream of a rather slow-paced game. Let me know in the comments below. But today I think I'm only going to do an hour. And do most of the prep stuff that we're going to need for the next episode when we actually declare war off camera. Or maybe I have things completely backward. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see regarding this series. We almost are there. We need 150 to start doing our subterranean stuff. So we're getting there, we're getting there. stuff you need building. I still need another 500 alloys. My worlds are coming along nicely. Not you, you're my generator. You're my food world. You're my generator world. There's still so much more stuff coming in. Now, can I find
Research complete.
Just when I'm looking for something new. Alright, fine. Well, I gotta go with that. Anything to reduce my claim cost. Alright, now, are there any good, like, mineral worlds in my empire? Oh, no, that's interesting. Isilval IV. It's a nice big mineral world. But honestly, I think I'm fine with minerals. I need to collect a lot more generator worlds, I think. Oof, Gaia world. Not sure I really want to mess with a Gaia world. I want to treat them as something special, like make them resort worlds or something. You're a strep world. 80% habitability. So yeah. If I could use my own people, I prefer it. No, they're 60%. Alright, you guys can go there.
Construction complete.
Here's another good energy world. A fog world. This is not bad. A dune world. It's also got some unique resources. What has it got for your rare deposits? Can you show me the rare deposits? Screw it. Ah, over here. Agricultural.
Construction complete.
Geothermal, max mining, agricultural. What is your rare feature? I can't find it. Alright, and I don't have the actual credits to do that, fine. Or alloys to do that, fine. But we've hit 155. We can start doing what I've been talking quite a bit about. We can start building those underground caverns. Steam power. The primitive Beerus have unlocked the secrets of the steam engine. This has revolutionized societies in more ways than one. Vehicles and machinery making use of technology already seen in their cities. The first few factories are appearing. This world will appears to be on the brink of industrialization. Interesting development. Yeah, subterranean city. So this brings the monthly minerals down and happiness down. My happiness is at where's my happiness? How do I see happiness? Now, that's how you take the minerals down, which I can live with it. Now, here's where we get to make a choice. And you get to make this choice with every single subterranean city you found. Our grand excavation project is underway. While some residents may complain of local tremors and ground displacement, the occasional collapsed city block is a small price to pay for progress. Now, what should our subterranean city become? Our generals have proposed a nearly impenetrable underground fortress with enough food and capacity to shelter the more important members of society, should our world ever suffer from orbital bombardment. However, our head of engineering has proposed a radical geothermal foundry that could revolutionize planetary production methods. A few fringe environmental groups have raised objections to this idea that the ground that are upsetting planetary tectonics might have unforeseen consequences. While local representations of an artisan troupe have positioned that the sulfur fumes of the forges would ruin their olfactory artwork. However, these naysayers have little importance on what we build. So this gives us overall bombardment extra army damage. This gives us more alloys, which honestly we don't produce a lot of alloys. We're producing more of refineries. So you can see this is the important one because for Earth at least, you can see we've got these things that are producing, you know, the gases. So we could so 20% building maintenance, increased pop housing usage. It gives you underground refineries. Refineries turn minerals into energy in volatile motes, rare crystals, and exotic gases. So we get more of those. So technically this is separate from what you might have, so it allows you to expand. Now, the underground workers of the great foundries turn minerals into motes and alloys. So actually, motes I'm actually low on, so that might not be a bad idea. The laboratory, per 50 subterranean researchers, turns consumer goods into physics research and energy research. We don't have a lot of consumer goods, to be honest. And if we do a fortress, per 50 subterranean soldiers decreases leader upkeep and increases naval capacity and spawns defense armies. So I think in this case the foundries might be good because it gives us more allies and motes, which are two things we definitely need. Because we have a lot of exotic gases, we have a lot of rare crystals. It's volatile motes we have a low number of. So I'm going to go with an underground foundry. And there it is, subterranean construction. Our happiness is down to 65%, but I think I can actually offset that. Immigration pull. One of these gives me an option for better happiness. Or I should just get the happiness modifier. And we've got some more refugees coming in. Probably going to regret this, but I'm going to replace one of my foods with a city district. I should take care of at least the population concerns for now. And unfortunately, this is not something you'll see right away. And actually, there's a few events that can proc while this is going on. So various little sub-events and whatnot during the construction that you have to make choices on. Do you want to be safer? Do you not care about safety reports? And they have all kinds of different side effects. So it's a small little quest in and of itself. But, as you can see, it takes a few years. They're still traveling down. Cruiser fleet, still en route. Destroyer fleet, still en route. Chassis S1, still en route. And then, of course, there's all of these, there's all these reinforcements that are coming to catch up with rapid action. And of course, the other option that you have available to you, unfortunately, you can only do one at a time, is Sky Islands or Subterranean Cities. Now, you can do both in the end, but you can only do one at a time. They cannot be worked on simultaneously. Actually, that's what I can do to improve habitability, which would improve happiness, wouldn't it? So I would need to get more influence. So I want to get up to 100 influence. I'll pop Mastery of Nature, which gives habitability and boost. Alright, our generator world's got another open spot. What can we benefit from? Metallurgists and artisans. We don't have a lot of those, do we? Well, we've got artisans, we have some translucers, but no real metallurgists. So really not beneficial to us. I could do a military academy, which increases naval Naval stuff. Recent houses. Crime's not really an issue. Housing, +1, soldiers, +1.
Construction
don't really need
complete.
amenities, to be honest. Got plenty of residency, so that's not a problem. This produces
Construction
society
complete.
research, various types of research, basically. You know, we're low actually on civilian industry production. Certain things I always like to put on every world, which is basically the temple. Everything else, I think you would keep a better eye on, because it just feels like if you're a spiritual society, every planet should have a temple. Me being weird.
Construction complete.
Yeah, 1,500 more days on that. Maybe I'll go a little bit over an hour just so you can see that, just in case one of the decisions pops up. So basically we'll end the stream once the first subterranean city procs. So you can just kind of see what the subterranean cities produce. It'll probably go like 115. Oh, I am building an energy grid. This has got a crystal mine on it. And we've got the rad blooms. Let's do rad blooms. Start getting those resources in. Or strategic resources. Which again is from the Planetary Diversity mod.
Construction complete. Colonization in progress.
Ah, that's my other. That's one of my 2 new colonies, isn't it? This one's still building the base stuff. You're still building all your base stuff. Can I get another gun battery on you? Shift weapon range. And
Construction complete.
Now my habitability is at 100. How does that affect things? Habitability, resources from jobs, biological pop happiness. Hey, that'd be like 110%? I don't know. $14.12.
Construction complete.
Yeah, they're all actually, everything about the cruiser fleet has actually reached their location. You've got a crew quarter, right? You do. Alright. Let's kind of spread them out. Chat CS1, go
Construction complete.
here. Cruiser fleet Since you're still making your sweet time over there, you can go there. And I actually have a battleship fleet as well, but I haven't started constructing that one yet.
Construction complete.
And you're fully kitted out, right, Tau? Yeah. You're one of my base star bases, but you're all fully kitted out. I'll definitely have to kit out the rest of these things off camera. Just so many of them. To going through each and every one of them and doing your basic setup on each one, it takes a while. Yeah, Cassius. If I go over to Fleet Manager, it'll take me
Construction complete.
5 fleets need to be reinforced for 22,000 alloys. 26,000 alloys. Can you give me a solid number, please? I was also saying that my full naval capacity will go over, but that's easy enough to take care of, and you guys know how. Of course, I haven't even started with the battleship fleet, so I'll be fine. So many more anchorages to put in. At 88, just need to hit 100 so I can do that Mastery of Nature thing. So yeah, you're getting fully kitted out. Yaiba. Missile, hangery, done. Crew, listening, target uplink, disruption field. Okay, can't upgrade you yet.
Construction complete.
96, just need 4 more, and of course, resources capped again. Yeah, still 1,000, over 1,000 more days. Which I don't know, maybe that's seconds? I think that's the calculation based upon the speed I'm moving at is at 1,000 seconds. Alright, we're at 100 though, which means we can pop Mastery of Nature.
Research complete.
Which will give us more happiness. Seven ships will be upgraded for 30? No, there's 58 ships. Oh, no, actually, how many is it? Yeah, 37 ships. We're just a pittance. But I won't upgrade it right now. Let me wait until it's more full strength. And then I can send them all to reinforce before we declare war. Now to reinforce you. I wish I could find out how much a full reinforce would cost. Can it tell me here? Yeah, no, it won't tell me here what it would cost to fully reinforce. It says it'd be 26k for everything, but that includes my fleet here of battleships. Sure, why not? Just so it's a clean number, I will add a single Corvette. Actually, no, not a Corvette. A single destroyer to the cruiser fleet, just as at full 90. Just a single one. Let's check in on Earth. Another 1,000 seconds. So I really want you guys to see like one of these event prompts that you have to make a choice at. Yeah, I can only do city and agricultural. That's interesting. Wait, no. I can do all three. The only one that's actually maxed out is generators on Earth. Interesting. So yeah, if I were to go over to agricultural... Yeah, I can't put any more generators on this planet. So as I expand out and get more districts, it's going to be nice, but it also means that I still can't add any more generators. So most I'll be able to do, theoretically, I think, would be what? Just max out the... Trying to see if it'll show me. So this has 2 of 7. So if I add another 8, I could definitely get another 5 here. Another 2 here. But it has totally the max number of city districts. But apparently I can keep adding more city districts. Which is weird. Yeah, I could totally max out the planet. Max the planet! Max the planet! Alright, what are we looking at here? It's mostly farmers and duelists. Food processing facilities. Farmers produce even more food. I mean, don't get much from it, but every little bit helps, I guess. Always good to have an energy grid, I think. You can always use more energy. If you're building a planet that literally does no energy production. Okay, Rapid Action Fleet is at 1,500. Okay. They're one of my strongest fleets, most definitely, and they're also my fastest fleet because they have nothing slowing them down. Oh, boy. Just have to wait for all my alloys to clock up. What do you say here? Yeah, well, I need another person so I can put in another thing. Now, I think you can actually, yeah. I could get constructed on a subterranean city on each planet. It's just you're limited to doing one subterranean city or one sky island per planet at a time. But if I had enough influence, I could just queue them all up on every single planet simultaneously. But I'll do all that stuff off camera. The only reason I'm hanging out this long is I want you guys to kind of see the stuff that pops up while you're doing these things. And there's a few different ones depending on which one you've chosen and so on and so forth. But basically, when you get the expansion options, it's literally the exact same menu. Which one of these 4 things do you want to build? And then you'll get the same possible scenarios popping up during it. Now, I wonder if this one's actually just going to be completely clean without any problems, which would be ironic because I wanted to show you guys the potential problems that can pop up and your choices when dealing with them. But, yeah, we're halfway through the time and it still hasn't popped up one single problem I have to solve. Which is kind of interesting.
Colonization in progress.
There goes my other colony coming in.
Construction
I could
complete.
put another gun battery in, I think. Yeah. This would make it harder for hostile ships to actually do anything. Yeah, let's do that.
Construction complete.
How you doing, Earth? Another 700 seconds. Have the claim
Construction complete.
Yeah. You're a true station. Here's Mastery of Nature, Biological Pop Happiness, Habitability, Resources. for 600 days. But the effect will be pretty immediate because we'll have more housing. Probably what I'll end up doing is yeah, probably 2 housing and 2 farming, because food is one of the deficits on the planet. I'm not going to worry too much about the motes and the crystals, because actually we'll get motes and alloys from the foundry, interestingly enough. That's what it produces. So depending on how that actually affects this, maybe I'll build another foundry, maybe I'll build the actual refinery. That'll take care of so that way the planet itself can be self-sufficient, which is something I want to try in this game, is make all of my planets self-sufficient. Now, if they have a mineral deficiency, there's not too much I can do about that. Other stuff, probably I can work with that. But there's no real way, as far as I know, I don't think even the Sky Cities would allow you to produce minerals. I think all of them use minerals. I don't think anything produces minerals. $500 more seconds.
Research complete.
Ah, yes. Penal colonies. Turn one of my worlds into a prison world. Though I do find it kind of annoying I can only make 1 penal colony. It'd be nice if I could make a couple of them. Ah, well. You need housing, and actually the only way I'm going to be able to get you housing is with... yeah, luxury residences.
Colony established.
This one's definitely going to need expansion from underground and above ground to fill up all those slots, because it's just so dang small. Let's get us those ropers! Whatever word I was trying to say that I couldn't. $400 days.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Alright, so I won't do this section, I'll work on this section.
Construction complete. Construction complete. Construction complete.
This requires a starport. So I'll ignore that. For
Construction complete. Construction complete. Construction complete.
Sirius. What we can do on you, Sirius? Metallurgists and artisans. You actually have a decent amount of artisans. Alright. You. Alright. Let's see what the status is over here. 160 days. Wow. No problems have popped up. Interesting. That's different.
Research complete.
Another 130 seconds.
Construction complete.
Actually, I could start doing subterranean cities on Alpha Centauri as well. Which definitely needs the expansion. But do I only need 150 for subterranean? I really only need 150. Now this one only gets +2 while the Sky Cities get +4. I think probably Master of Nature is the best one to do because the bonus happiness should offset the negative happiness. Ironically, the Sky Cities give you bonus happiness. Because people like looking to the sky and seeing an entire city built in the sky, as opposed to having people dig underground and messing with plate tectonics. A cloud city is more impressive than the mines of Moria. You heard it here, folks. Bespin's more impressive than Moria. Mission pop. Governor level cap increased by 2, and ruler level cap increased by 2. And then when we finish domination, monthly increase. Monthly influence increase, okay. Are you guys being queued up for a Star Fortress? No, you're not. And you're being queued up for a Star Fortress, okay. But you do have all the stuff you need built here. What about you? Ah. Subterranean Foundry makes Earth great again. Our great excavation project is complete! The magma forges are running at full capacity, and Fleet Command is eagerly ordering up a new line of forge-formed cruisers, expecting local shipyards to be unable to keep pace with the new influx of minerals. Unsurprisingly, the local artisan troupe has mobilized a full olfactory protest to the foundry entrance, wearing what appears to be gas masks in solidarity. However, the latest newsletter spoke of artisanal protesting as their next big project, so it's hard to take such antics seriously. Engineering reports that the foundry's integrity is within expected parameters and residents are almost certainly safe. Underforge workers. Per 50 Underforge workers turns minerals into motes and alloys. New districts available. Add Subterranean Foundry to Earth. Subterranean Foundry added, giving the following effects. Alloys from Metallurgist plus 50, and Habitability negative 20. So, alloys have just taken a huge boost. And if we look over here, there it is. Subterranean Foundry. Alloys from Metallurgists plus 50%. No. I'm going to replace the Expansion Development Office since it does do moat production. And I'm going to throw in one of our moat farms, if I can find them. Do I not have a moat farm I can throw into place? Oh well. Alright, so I'll leave that one alone. Now, as we see over here, if I drop over here, now, I can do another Subterranean Foundry, expanding my districts by 30.
Construction
and gives me
complete.
all those same options again. But you'll notice here, what do I have? I have access to 4 more districts. So, overcrowding is no longer a problem because I just added 2 new city districts. And on top of those 2 new city districts, we need more food. I'm adding 2 more food districts. Did I add 3, or did it just do weird because of the way speed I clicked it at? So you can see how this really changes up how planets work because you can expand the planets. Now, it's not infinite expansion. Like I said, there's 4 levels. But yeah, it's an interesting mechanic, this mod. And with that said, we've reached the point I wanted to show you. I'll keep doing some background stuff in the, well, background, and we'll pick up next time, hopefully with everything prepped and ready for war. Alright, everybody. See you all in the future.